Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Masahiko Ichiro here, and a couple people, well, as you can see from my screen right here, and the screen I can see right over there, um, we have a new trailer for Final Fantasy 16, which is going to be coming out for the PS5, and I don't think the PS4. I doubt it, because everything seems to be moving to the new game console, the next generation. So I figured, by the way, if you hear music, any music, any sound is coming from the computer itself to the side. So, but I guess we could do my reaction. I haven't watched a single thing yet. All right, let's watch it. I got this on the other screen right here so I can see it.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we
That
even know that
scar.
they will be among us?
Oh shit!
Kind do not question orders. We follow them.
That scar. Did they get that from my? Okay.
Let's summon their icon.
Every character has a scar around the eyes. Because that's a Shiva. Fighting the fuck?
Relinquish their mother crystal easily.
Oh, Dogger!
Father will be expecting us.
So it was the Final Fantasy theme in a minor
I
key.
am Joshua's shield.
It kind of feels like Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14. Now we're doing Devil May Cry. This is like Devil May Cry, like, I fucking hate Marlboros. This is like Final Fantasy 14 meets 15.
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our
And we're going back to the crystal motif. I mean, we did it technically in 15, but it was like the Knights of Round Blades. I don't know. This feels more like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta.
They really mean to invade us.
There's a Corel. I don't know what that is. Is this a rated M Final Fantasy? That's Phoenix, obviously. What the?
On fire. But that's impossible.
It's not a riff. It is a riff. So what is summons being called in this way? Edelons? Edelions or?
Has shaped our history.
Titan. It looked like they took a.
Enough.
They just changed Titan from the other one a little bit. Riff looks like a fleshy tree. I need to actually sit down and look at
I'll kill you
Shiva. I like Phoenix.
if it's the last thing I do.
So we know it's gonna be a Phoenix. And is that the Behemoth? So we got the Phoenix right here, right? Now, I'm pretty sure that's Irith. And I think the motif for this one is gonna be heaven and hell. Cause one thing, I think it was Final Fantasy Union or it was one of the Final Fantasy channels that went and was talking about discussing the logos. And it's a video, I think that's like a year or two old. And I think this one's probably going to be on the theme of heaven and hell. Or the cycle of life and death and everything from what we have seen, because the Phoenix is known of the flame of rebirth in the series. So the Phoenix down, the Phoenix feather, Phoenix peon, and all that. Irith is known to hate the humans, and a few of the stories are not trust the humans so much, as we saw in Final Fantasy VIII as the first GF you actually fight, because he's shocked that you have Shiva. In Final Fantasy, and I can't really, I'm trying to remember them all, is because it's been a good while. 15, where he is one of the bosses for who is basically corrupted by the darkness, and he helped the main bad guy basically. In the world of Final Fantasy, where it's Shiva, Ramu, and Ifrit. Excuse me. And Ifrit doesn't really like humans so much. He's just a little mean. Now I want to go back and I want to see Shiva. Shiva looks hella cute. Truth be told, she look like a woman out my league, but hey. So I'm trying to see, like, it looks like she's wearing a cloak, a crown headdress, tights. Yeah, that rock coming out of nowhere, like, holy crap. I'm gonna try and slow the speed down. I love the light blue eyes. And she has that shawl, that shawl type of garment she had in 10. The legs look very reminiscent of Final Fantasy 8 Shiva, where she looked like she had leggings. Blood splatter. I love that. That's crazy. And it looked like there is a plague of healing or something going on. Okay, we have confirmation on it that it's the Rift Tail. Now I want to see more of Shiva, because Shiva is one of my favorite summons. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna be up for that. That's actually, I don't know. I feel that like I said, it feels like Final Fantasy 14 and 15 meets Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like a Final Fantasy. I can't really say it feels like a Final Fantasy game. But from what we are seeing, it doesn't have that same Final Fantasy feel. Like, let's pull up the other trailers for other Final Fantasies. Bring up number 7, and we're gonna discuss this a little bit. Has that very solemn feel. It pumps up. Hands out. Boom, flashes the logo right in your face. Explosions. And we get some very interesting cutscenes. Like, not crazy about this one. We don't need to see too much of this. We got some gameplay like the other one, which, is normal. See some of the summons. Like, this makes you have a little more wonder of what's going to happen. Now let's go to even 10, which pans across this city. It's in ruin. Make you go, huh? What folio happened here? Is that his girlfriend? His wife?
Listen to my story.
It has voice acting?
This may be.
I mean, this was the first one with voice acting. But this shocks the audience, you know.
More than 1,000 years ago, mankind waged
You
war
get some
with the machines
narration.
to kill.
They kept building more and more powerful machina.
They made weapons so powerful.
It makes it look okay. Did that airship cause this destruction?
And it destroyed the cities and their machines.
Holy crap! It's a giant flying whale monster.
And our
So are you using that airship? Like, it makes you ask questions. Yes, in the other one, I'm just like, okay, so is he like Luna Freya or something from 15? Why does it have the same particle effects, but just a different color as Noctis? I don't, especially why is the gameplay so close to, like I said, what I'm saying, the game was saying before. The music is, I don't know. I just know this one song from there because I wasn't really paying fully attention on it because it didn't fully grasp my attention, I should say. Like, Shiva grasped my attention, Phoenix grasped my attention, Erith just looked weird, Titan, I was like, why is Titan and Shiva fighting? And then I just started thinking, oh yeah, like in 15, different factions, different sides, so, Like really the only questions I'm asking, why go with that kind of gameplay that's more suited for, I guess say, like I said, Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. And I know that we have to go with the evolution of new game style. We can't stick with turn-based. If I want to stick with turn-based, I got RPG Maker. I can start pumping out some RPGs with some really great stories, which I'm actually planning on doing. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know, and I'll see what I can do on that. You know, kind of do my own little NDA, what I can talk about, but it's still in the planning phase. I'm still in the writing phase, so I can't talk too much about it. But I digress. I'm even going to show Final Fantasy 15. I think that had a more interesting trailer. Yes, we use the Xbox One. We're going to commit sacrilege. Listen to that music pump. Telling us a little bit about it. We see Leviathan there, like, whoa, who is that by Leviathan? Did she summon it? Is she about to fight it? It looks very interesting. It really pumps you up. The other one is just filled with murder, which is, yeah, it's okay. Guy get crushed by a boulder. The other guy, like, I mean, some of the stuff I don't think happened. I don't remember. That I know happened. But even then, like I said, let me make myself larger, because move myself over a little bit right here. I'm just gonna bring this over here in that side. We'll just do this. We're not gonna get fancy with it. When it comes down to it, I really kind of feel that, I don't know, like, I would, if I was going to get one game for the PS5, it has to be a trailer that immediately sells me on the item, that makes me ask questions, that makes me want to know more about the game. And I don't feel that Final Fantasy 16 is selling me on that. Like, I was disappointed from Final Fantasy 15, and keep in mind, disclaimer, I only played when it first came out. I haven't played the new episodes. I have not seen the new changes that were made. So my opinion is based off OG 15. And I will be reaching those games. I'm going to hit all the mainline games, excluding 11 and 14 for obvious reasons. But I do plan on reviewing from Final Fantasy 1 through 10, 10 to 12. I'm not looking forward to, but I'm going to be doing 12 all the way to Lightning Returns, and 15 World of Final Fantasy, and eventually 16 whenever I get a PS5, or if this computer can play 16. If not, the one you can't see it, but the one I'm working on, because I have the what's that one called, the 57XT graphic card. Yeah. I just need a little more power on that bad boy, and we're gonna be good for it. But that's actually my workstation, so if I need to allocate a little bit of memory, and I should say storage for it, I got you on that, guys. But the only game that really piqued my interest, the only game that has even piqued my interest a little bit, is this one right here. And it is the Ratchet and Clank for the PS5. I basically grew up with Final Fantasy, yes, for a much longer time. But ever since 12 came out, I haven't really... I don't know, I just haven't really had fun with this series. I wasn't a fan of 12's combat and license board. Like I said, I will be coming back to a lot of this, because my opinion may have changed, right? 13 was just a long corridor. 13-2, I didn't get that far in it, and I've heard where you change the future, you change the past. No, it don't work that way. The time travel does not work that way. And then Lightning Returns is basically Lightning is Jesus or something. I don't know. I'm not interested in that. 15, I don't know where to begin on that. But like I said, like I have more fun playing more grindy, less story driven Final Fantasies. Like I dabbled a little bit in I think 2, 1, and I might go for 100% completion for each of them. I'm not too sure. But I mean, look at this. This looks so much better, so much more interesting. Like once Clank gets off, and I grew up with Ratchet and Clank. What was that? Oh, Sprocket and Spank. There we go. That was a joke. I was from Going Commando. I'm quoting the second game in the series. But Ratchet and Clank, I grew up with that as well. Grew up with Kingdom Hearts. It seems, for me personally, I'm not having that much fun with Square Enix games. That's just me, though. And I know there's plenty of people out there that enjoy the games, and I know there's plenty of people out there also who are curious on why I don't like those games, and I have no problem making a follow-up video on that opinion. I also do want to replay basically a lot of the Square games, because I love the old school games. I do. Like I said, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, but you just said you didn't like 15, and this one is like that one, and 16 like that one." But yeah, I enjoy Kingdom Hearts as well, which, you know, kind of inspired the combat for it for 15 a little bit. I mean, you could say like 15 helped with Kingdom Hearts 3's combat system. And I enjoy combat in that one. But when it comes right down to it, I don't know. I think this might actually be the Final Fantasy I skip. We'll see. Hiko, out.